interactive experience. What that means is that if you want to sit with your arms crossed, that's totally fine. But I will continually ask you to do things like discuss something with the person next to you, pull out your phone, shoot a little video or something like that. Is that cool with you guys?
Yes.
All right, give me a thumbs up if you're okay with that. Awesome. If you're eating, that's fine. I will wait till you finish your sticky rice and mango. First of all, I want to say good morning. Who knows what this says?
Good morning.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Who knows what this says? Sawadee cup. So, first question I have is, who in your company is responsible for bringing leads and sales to your business? If it's you, put your hand up. Okay, if you have somebody else on your team who's the sales and marketing manager, put that up. Okay, a couple of people. So most people here, on top of being the founder, you're the one who has to actually generate leads and like close sales. Am I right? Okay, perfect. So I wanted to make sure that I have the majority, because if you're like the HR person, this might not be so interesting for you. So here are some interesting numbers. I scraped this from a 2024 report for small medium businesses. And this is Australia because I just got back from Sydney yesterday where I did the same training. They gave me 6 hours to do it. Here I've got like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to do this pretty fast. But social media, small medium enterprises who use social media, we have 50%. So, you know, that's a pretty good number, but I thought it would be higher. But I wanna hear out of everybody here, who here is actively using social media? And what that means to me is fresh content at least 5 times a week on your social media posts to promote your business. Okay, who here is not? Okay, so I think we have like a 25% here. Now, out of those who are using social media for marketing, who here is using a content strategy? And to me, what that means is you're creating a plan that is going to get deployed at least 4 weeks in advance. Okay, who here is not? Okay, so we have a good mix, mostly are not. And the numbers here are 74. So it seems like we're lagging a little bit in this room. No big deal. But this is the number that's actually really interesting, 300%. This is the difference in uplift on sales between people who have a 4-week content strategy in advance and people who are just doing it with the vibes, you know, like, oh, I feel like making video, or you don't. Does this make sense? So what I want to share with you is how to create a strategy, how to shoot video, and how to deploy video to actually make money for your business. So here's my promise. After this session, you're going to walk out with a blueprint, produce high engagement content, and a 10x ROAS campaign without having to dance for the camera. Who's up for that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now 10x to me, it's actually on the low end. And it's a little bit misleading, and let me qualify this. We're not sending people from ads straight to a purchase. What we're doing is we're using posts on social media, we're paying money to show it to more people to get more followers, we're using organic content to handle objections so that one day they feel like saying, hey, I don't know why, but today I feel like today's the day I'm gonna fill out the form and sign up. Why? Because we handled the objections with organic and we brought in the right audience with paid. Is this making sense? So I'm gonna break down how to do that. But who here has run ads before? Okay, what is the biggest variable that makes the difference in running ads? Just, what is it? Creative. The creative, okay.
The offer.
The offer? Yeah.
Concept.
Concept, okay, I think they're all right, yeah.
Targeting.
Targeting. Okay, I've hired a lot of agencies to do ads. And the one thing I found is that almost everybody knows the basics, right? How to target, the right audience, get the offer straight. But the thing is, when you have a creative piece of content that actually gets people excited, angry, happy, surprised, laughing, those will get you the best ROAS every single time. And that's what we're gonna focus on today. I'm gonna show you what to shoot, how to structure a piece of content so that you can surprise people, delight them, and give them an insight without having to go into teach mode. Number 2, I'm gonna show you how to shoot it. And this is where that interactiveness is gonna come in. You're gonna actually pull out your phone and we're gonna shoot something. And this one, who wants to know this one? How to monetize it? What's that monetization map look like? I'm gonna tell you straight up. Boring stuff actually is a lot of times the most profitable. This is not gonna be super exciting and you might already know it, but I'm gonna show you exactly how we're getting consistently 10x ROAS using this tactic. I promise you I'm gonna do my best to simplify and demystify using simple things like squares, triangles, and circles to illustrate my points. And here's the first thing I have, my first request for you. We're gonna do a quick share. You're gonna turn within your rows and ask each other 3 questions. What's your experience in social media? I see some people already like, I should not have come in this room. This is important, okay? What's your experience so far? What are you good at when it comes to content creation and social media marketing? And what do you need to know? What do you know you need to get better at? I'm gonna put 1 minute down. Please turn to the people in your row, have that quick discussion, answer these questions, and do a quick share. 3 questions, guys. Start winding this up. Let's bring it in. Last person finish up. All right, up here, guys. Let's wrap this up, wrap it up. Quick question. Thank you. So, who here learned something about somebody sitting on their row? Okay, who here feels really shitty because that person's like, everybody else on your row is so much better than you? Okay. Who here feels like, you know what, this is the wrong room, bunch of noobs, I'm out? Okay, so everybody feels like they can learn from each other, am I right? Okay, and here's the thing. I am good at a few things, but I know that there are people in this room who are way better than me at a lot of other things, and that's why I love this community, because I learn so much from every single person I have a conversation with, and that's why I wanted you to have that conversation. Is there anything you want to share that you learned from one of your partners? Like surprising? Yep.
Yeah, so someone said they think they're terrible,
Mm-hmm.
they still get clients, so something seems to be working.
Wow, that is cool. Thank you for sharing that. What's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle, thank you, Michelle. Can I get one more share? What did you hear that was interesting? Yes.
So the person next to me is, has done videos a lot, and he said that did he feel awkward at the first 2, and he said fuck it. So
Absolutely.
That was a good thing to hear.
I think that every single person, when they made their first video, felt really fucking awkward. Like really, really awkward. It's like hearing your recorded voice for the first time. Do you remember that? It sounded weird, right? It's because when we hear our own voice, what's usually happening is that you're hearing the sound waves conducted through your skull to your ear, not from the outside. And it sounds very different, but what you hear when it's recorded is actually what everybody's actually been hearing your whole life. So I'll do a quick introduction. I'm Ken Okazaki. Okazaki, not Saki. And quick history. So I started out doing event promotion in Japan. I'd fill the room for people like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Nick Vujicic, those kind of people. And we'd bring anywhere from 700 to 7,000 people in a room, selling tickets for $7,000. On the lower end, maybe like 500, like on that range. And I did this, and I learned video marketing as a necessity because that was the highest converting method at the time to bring people in and fill these seats. Now, truth is, I hated my work because it is logistically a nightmare. And what I did is I pivoted to content creation. I started an agency because I thought, well, why don't I just talk to these speakers and ask them, would they like my help to do the marketing for them to fill the events around the world, not just Japan? So it was a nice, neat little pivot, and I had world-class speakers as my clients. So I shot all over the world. Here's a few examples: LA, Brisbane, London, Malaysia, Atlanta. You might recognize some of these faces, you might not. Not a big deal. But this was going really well until COVID hit. Completely shut down my business. I could not send people out to go shoot. I had to refund a bunch of clients. I had already prepaid for, we rent mansions to do these shoots. We prepaid for all those hotels, the flights, the crew, everything. And I was in a really tough spot. Now, something that you said is interesting, because I'd always been behind the camera, not in front of it. And I thought that, if I'm just good at what I do, then everything's gonna work out. But COVID, right? So working with these clients, I had to develop a whole bunch of frameworks, strategies, hacks, tricks to get a high volume of content that works really well in a short amount of time. So I turned the camera around on myself for the first time, really scared. I remember, this is a true story, my first live webinar I did, I had my wife sit next to me off camera so I could hold her hand while I was doing it. God, I've never shared that publicly. I'm not kidding. And it was like drenched in sweat. I was so scared. But I just followed the same systems that I created for my clients, and I started a coaching business. Now, this is a small group. What I do now is I just help people install those strategies so they could have their own creative team, their own creative processes, and generate leads and sales for themselves. So who is Ken? A lot of things: videographer, event promoter, agency owner, marketer. But I think at the core, I'm a coach. In all those areas, I play the role of helping people achieve and learn the thing that's gonna get them to the next step. Industries I've worked with: airlines, telecom, coffee, fruit juice, shoes, condiments, dentistry, hospitality, telemedicine, real estate, coaching, and courses. There's probably a few more. I just kind of group them together. So a lot of people think, oh, it won't work for my industry. The truth is that you're always selling to a human, and if you can make a good human connection with entertaining content that gets people to want to move forward, it's gonna work, period. Now, the tactics have to be adapted depending on the platform and the industry, but it can be done. So here's some common mistakes. Who here has ever tried to model industry leaders? Who knows this guy, right? Who here has heard that viral video, you need to make 20 videos every single day? Who here heard that and thought, fuck that, I can't do that. I don't have time for that, right? Here's the thing. When he started, he was making one video a week on wine. What he did to get started is not what he's doing now, and it's not necessarily scalable for your situation. Here's the other thing. Industry leaders, a lot of times, you're gonna look at people like Mr. Beast, people like, King Cut or something. Like these guys who do these really, really viral videos. But the thing is, they make their money from the platforms paying them and for sponsors paying them. So they get paid just for views. And if you try to copy that, it's not gonna work. Here's why. I believe in DC, everybody is a legitimate business owner who has a business outside of twerking and outside of getting views for the sake of views. Am I right? But I think, if I'm correct, everybody here has the willingness to put on that influencer cap temporarily to extract value from social media and bring it into your business. Am I right? So that's what this is for. I'm not gonna show you how to go viral, because that's not gonna make you money. I'm not gonna show you how to twerk, because I don't know how. I'm not gonna show you anything that's gonna get you a bunch of viewers and followers for the sake of viewers and followers. I'm gonna show you how to bring ideal future customers into your social media so that you could sell them by handling their objections with organic. Is this making sense? If anybody's here for the pole dancing or twerking session, that's next door. The door's over there. Another mistake, create content daily. Big mistake. You should be batching it 1 day or 2 days a month to create 15 or 30 videos a week. A month. That's all you need if you plan properly. And what you don't want to do is be like Sisyphus. I didn't say the other word, Sisyphus. The Greek god who was cursed to pushing the stone endlessly up the mountain, never reaching his goal. That's what creating content daily is like. It's a never-ending struggle, and when you let go, that boulder is going to crush you and you're not going to ever feel like getting back up. What you want to do instead is do stair steps. Do a sprint, get up to the next step once every 30 days. Work really hard for a day, shoot all the videos, hand it off to your editor, to your team to take care of. Next mistake, value content. Don't make value content for the sake of value content. That used to work, it doesn't anymore. We have to make entertaining content that has value. Do you understand the difference? I'll show you some examples. So everything I do, I'm going to show you a framework that kind of maps everything together. And I'm going to do the best I can to teach you as much as I can. So there's 3 main things we're going to cover. But what do we want? Who wants leads daily? Put your hand up. Keep them up if you want to get $10 back for every dollar you spend. That's cool, right? This is like the baseline if you do this right. Who wants a hungry audience? Okay, let's do a reality check. Who here feels like they don't really have an audience? You don't have an audience? You put out video but nobody's watching? Who here feels like you're putting out video and they might be watching but not engaging? You don't get likes or shares? Okay, I see that. Who here has engagement but doesn't have a system to process their leads, to take them to the next step? Okay, so we have a few things for everybody. Now, this next one's for real. Deep down inside, like you probably watched a few tutorials, taken a few courses, maybe even paid for something, for somebody to teach you, and you wonder, is this all a scam? Who is like secretly suspicious? Maybe you think I'm a scam, right? Okay, very, very realistic to feel this because a lot of people have experienced that. So, real quick, who can relate to, which one do you relate to the most out of those? No audience, raise your hand. Okay, no engagement, you're creating content but there's no engagement. Miguel, you don't have engagement? You hired that fancy podcast company.
Fire them.
You should have listened. No lead system. Okay, that's fine. So let's jump forward. Let's actually look at what is in this. I call it the authority funnel, and it is simplified down to just solving these 3 problems. We've got 3 unique mechanisms. One of them is called the audience accelerator. This is the ad system that brings in your ideal future customers to become your social media followers. Next, we have something called the engagement engine. We don't just want to hope something gets engagement. We want to engineer it to happen by pushing all the right buttons. And we have the dead simple funnel. Who wants the complicated funnel? That's next door. This is where we do the dead simple funnel, and I'll show you at the end. It's really simple. So what's inside? Audience Accelerator has 3 main things. Outlier method. This is how we're going to, when you put out organic content, we want to figure out which ones are the top performers, which ones are the bottom, and how can we repeatedly double down so we get better ROAS every single month. And that's the only way to do it, is to put it out and test it, bring it back. $5 campaigns. Just spend $5 a day. And that's enough for you to know if you're going to hit a 10x ROAS or not. And then the invite ad. This is simple scripted ad. We call it the NISADA, N-I-S-A-D-A. This is not a Japanese car. It stands for niche, ideal outcome, 3 struggles, ask, 3 desires, ask. You call it the niche if you're a coach, right? Ideal outcome. And you want clients every day. S is for struggles. But you struggle with closing sales, getting people to show up for appointments, or knowing or exuding confidence on your calls, right? 3 struggles. Follow me here on Instagram where I share tips like this every day. And then 3 desired outcomes. What's the opposite? You struggle with things, but what you really want is to command attention on the call, get people to show up no matter what, and walk away knowing you're going to have a 50% or higher close rate. If that's what you want, go ahead and follow me. That is the script. Adapt it for yourself, the NISADA framework. And we just put $5 a day and you're going to get new followers every single day. These are your ideal future customers, because who else would follow you except somebody who is a coach who wants those things and has those frustrations. Is this making sense? Okay. Next, engagement engine. We use frameworks. I think that there's a higher percentage than average in like globally of people who have ADHD here. Right? Okay, everybody's laughing because it's true. And we hate looking at a blank piece of paper. So instead, we give you a framework. Fill in the blanks, use a custom GPT, spit out a script. That actually is really going to work for you. Okay? Who prefers that over staring at a blank piece of paper to write a script? Great. Director's cut. When we shoot videos, it's great to see an example of exactly how it's done behind the scenes and a screen recording of exactly how to edit every single format that actually works, so you can keep repeating it. We have that. And 4-week campaign. This is how to format your entire 4 weeks in advance to make sure that you're always winning. The dead simple funnel has 3 things: skinny lead magnet, complete solution to a narrow problem. A lot of people are afraid to give away their best stuff for free. what kind of people do you think you're going to attract if you give away your crappy stuff for free? Right? What we want to do is give a complete solution to a narrow problem like a big fucking pillar. And when someone goes through that and says, wow, this has helped me from A to Z with this one problem I have, I wonder what the 12 or 20 other pillars that they offer inside of their service or product do. And that's the kind of solution that you want to give people. And that's why it's a skinny lead magnet. You want lead activation. You want AI to engage people because they're going to ask for these leads. You're going to give it to them automatically and start conversations with AI. And 10-step VSL ladder. This is 10 simple questions you ask. And I used to take like a week to script one of these. Now I created a custom GPT. It'll just generate that for you. It's super high converting. You slap that onto a landing page with a calendar link and you get book calls. Okay, so these are the main things that are involved. But what we can cover today is a viral framework. I'm going to share something called the 3 and 3. Director's cut. We're actually going to show you how to shoot one of these videos live. And I'm going to give you an overview on how to put together the dead simple funnel. I think probably 20 or 30% of people in this room who have built funnels are going to see that and say, I can do that. You're going to be able to walk away and just implement that. Some people might need additional help. You could find each other to help, or you could come talk to me later about how that works. Cool? Okay, who's ready to do some work? So what I'd like you to do is open up a notebook where you could write some notes. I mean, what other kind of notebook is there? We're going to talk about what to shoot. All right? And I told you I was going to be simple. We're going to use circles and squares and triangles. Already did a triangle. Here comes some circles. 5 keys. Number 1, entertainment first. If you're not entertaining, you are not going to attract your ideal future customers. It used to be that, oh, I'm giving so much value, people are going to watch me. That's so 1995. Like, it doesn't work anymore. TikTok is the new standard of attention. Number 2, insights, not value. Here's the thing. If I teach you something, nobody wants to learn, but people always are open for an insight. Hey, I never thought of it that way. I'm going to show you exactly how to embed an insight into a piece of content. And we're going to do that together in just a second. Frameworks. No more blank pieces of paper. Let's framework it out. Test, test, test. There's no amount of testing that is too much. Test everything. And number 5, leave before they do. Who here is like in the dating game right now? Okay, a few people, timid hands. Look around at each other, share some numbers. Okay, here's the thing. When you're on a phone call, who has more leverage in the conversation? The person who hangs up last or the person who hangs up first? First. It's the same on social media. If the video ends right when you're expecting it to, then what's going to happen is as you're winding down, say, hey, thanks for watching the video. Like, what do? You skip off. It's like watching a movie and sitting till all the credits pass. Once you see the credits start rolling, you know, oh, this is the end. And who watches a movie like all the way through the credits? Maybe only like Marvel nerd fanboys who know there's an Easter egg at the end, right? Are you guys one of those? No? Okay. When the credits show up, you know it's the end and you start leaving. And what's happening is there is a retention chart. And videos are promoted based on retention, not on the number of views, not on the number of impressions. It's are people, is a large percentage of people watching all the way to the end. So this was like the silliest, stupidest thing. I should have thought of it earlier. But I noticed all the videos from the beginning, you start at 100, then it goes 90, 70, right? You can see that retention graph. And then my videos were only making it to like 30% or even 0% at the end. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just cut the video right when it was at 50%. Like, I just cut it. And then I'm going to upload the same video. Guess what? That video remained at 50% retention and went and did like 20 times more views than the original video where I said, thanks for watching the video, or be sure to follow. If you leave before they do, then you get better retention and more views. And retention is the most important trigger to get your videos shown by more people.
Did you get extra comments on those videos? Like, hey, the video just got out.
Well, what actually usually happens is people will watch it repeatedly because they're like, oh, did I miss something? And then watch it. It already starts looping. That's 2 views now.
You see it on TikTok that people make like a mistake, intentional mistake,
Mm-hmm.
just to rage bait people.
Yes, I've seen that. You can do that if you want, not exactly my style. Since people are paying, you know, a lot of money for me to handle this stuff, I don't usually like do those kind of tactics for people's brands. But if it's your own brand and you're okay with that, then that could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. All right, so let's do this. What we're gonna do is draw 3 circles, okay? Every great video, every great narrative has 3 parts. The beginning, the middle, and the end. Ooh, we learned something new. So 3 acts. Act 1, we wanna create tension and hook them in. Act 2, we wanna release and deliver, release the tension, deliver value, and we wanna have a resolution. Now this format that I'm gonna share with you is probably the easiest one to learn and the one that you, like, when you walk out, you're gonna be able to actually shoot this video. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is called the 3 and 3. There's 3 acts. And in the 3rd act, there's 3 practical steps that you can give to a viewer. So, act 1 is called the stop. You're gonna tell someone to stop doing something that they genuinely think is the correct thing to do. You're gonna tell them what to do instead, based on your perspective, and then you're gonna give them 3 actionable steps that they feel are easy enough that they can understand and action right away. Now for this part, just for the sake of having you actually believe this works for almost every single industry, I would like to ask for somebody to participate with me. If you think like, you know, I've got a service or business that's tough. Yes, with the white hat. What's your name? Shane. Shane, tell me about who you serve.
I help people grow and make money on YouTube.
Okay, YouTube.
YouTubers and business owners that want to grow on YouTube.
So for someone who's growing on YouTube, let's say that they've been grinding at this for a while, they're not getting anywhere. What are they doing that they absolutely believe is the right thing to do, but that you know is fucking them up?
Spending too much time editing their videos.
Okay, so what is too much?
Depends on the person, but
Give me a number.
yeah, stop spending 5 hours editing.
How about stop editing your videos at all?
Yeah.
Okay, stop editing videos for YouTube. Okay, now instead of editing, what should they do? Should they be handing it off to someone else? Should they be using Descript to just do it by text? Like what should they do instead?
Depends on the niche.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, either getting an editor or either no editing at all. So just uploading a raw authentic video using something like Descript where it automatically.
What's going to give someone an aha moment? Like, oh, instead of editing, I should
Just upload raw authentic content.
upload raw, authentic without editing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have any like numbers or statistics that you can show of a raw video that just went up and did amazingly well?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't know about like numbers and statistics.
Okay, but you could probably screenshot them and show them, right? Okay. Now, what we want to do is chunk up the next step that someone could take so that they feel like they can understand that. 3 actionable steps in a logical format. How would you do that?
Pull out your phone. I guess that would be step 1. Start recording with your phone.
Yep.
Well, like, I guess like write down on a flashcard, 3 things that you could,
Flashcard?
help your client with or something like that.
Okay.
Pull out your phone. You can attach the flashcard with a sticky note just above your phone. And then, yeah, just talk about those 3 things. Kind of off the top of your head.
Okay. Flashcard, phone, and let's say countdown. Is the countdown format okay for you?
What countdown?
Like you said, there's flashcards. So are we?
Oh, like.
Or these are just like speaker cues, like cue cards?
Yeah, you could use like a sticky note.
Okay.
Flashcard.
Shoot the video. Like how long should it be?
Again, depends on the client, but 14 minutes and 59 seconds.
Okay, should we say between 8 and 12?
I would not say that.
Okay, what would you say?
I would say between 8 and 14 minutes.
8 and 14.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have here now is a stop statement. And by the way, don't try to change this too much. The very first word that should come out of your mouth with this video is the word stop. Don't change it. Like stop is the first word to say. Here's the thing. If I meet someone here, I'm polite. I'm a Japanese person. So I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? By the way, you should probably stop doing da-da-da-da-da. But social media is a completely different environment. You start with saying stop. It's not rude. It grabs attention, okay? So here's how this video is gonna go. You're gonna say, stop editing videos for YouTube. It is keeping your channel from growing. What you wanna do instead is shoot raw videos without editing, upload them exactly the way they are, and here's exactly how you need to do it. And here's an example of a video like that got X amount of views. Like screenshot, okay? So step one, what you wanna do is take your 5 major points that should represent, XYZ format, put them on little flashcards and tape them next to your phone. Number 2, get your phone out, get a wireless mic, get yourself nice and comfortable. And then what you wanna do next is set up your phone, a timer for between 8 to 14 minutes, so you know how long it is, hit record, and then speak from your heart following that guide. This is the format that's gonna help you get the most views in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort. By the way, if you want the template for the flashcard system that I use, just comment flashcard down below and I'll send that to you for free. You've got a lead. Who would click that? Who would comment flashcard? A few people, okay? The people interested in YouTube, right? Is this making sense, guys? Okay, I would like to do one more. Somebody who has like a services industry. Anybody? Okay, if not, then we'll just move on to the next one. But seriously, I'm about to script this out for you. Yes, Davis.
So we help coaches scale their time freedom, impact, and income.
Okay. What are they doing wrong that they think is the right thing?
Most coaches are focusing on the wrong part of their business.
Focusing on the wrong part. And what part is that?
They try to be a better coach, but really they just need
Stop trying to be a better coach. Ooh, I like that. And what should they do instead?
Instead, they need more clients.
They need what?
They need more clients.
More clients. I like this. Now we're getting a little bit, like edgy. Okay. And how can they make, are we going for a mindset shift or a practical application shift?
It depends. The target audience already has an existing business, so if they're starting 0 to 1, it'd be more of a mindset. But
Okay.
if we're trying for our target audience, if they already have a mindset, look, I understand that I need clients to make money, so it's going to be more tactical on the shift. But I can go either way, whichever is helpful for example.
Tell me which one do you think is going to work better for a new audience? Like someone who's not your customer yet, but someone who you can nurture into becoming a customer.
All right, let's go mindset then.
Okay, mindset. How should they think about it?
Well, first off, being the world's best coach when no one knows about you, you don't impact any lives.
Okay, best kept secret is poop. Secret equals poop. Okay, number 2.
Second, you could be the best salesperson in the world, but you're having leads coming in and sales to no one.
Sales without leads equals poop. And 3.
Third, you'd be the best marketer in the world, but if you can't sell life aid to someone who's bleeding, then you just have no revenue.
Okay,
You're gonna do something like, you be the best marketer, but if you can't convert, you run a nonprofit. So sales without leads, or leads without sales is a nonprofit.
okay. So, I would probably do this a little bit differently. I would draw a triangle and say you need all 3. If any of these are missing, it's going to collapse. But
My genius model.
Oh. So, but I'm going to work with this model for now. So your video is literally going to say, stop trying to be a better coach when you're growing your own coaching business. Or stop trying to improve your coaching skills. What you need to do instead is you need to improve your ability to get more clients. Because by virtue of the fact that you are getting more clients, you will help more people. Now, here are the 3 things that need to be in place for you to get more clients so that you can become a better coach. Number 1, you have to stop romanticizing the idea of being the best kept secret. Because you're helping fewer people, you are disserving the market. Number 2, no matter how good you are at sales, if the leads aren't coming in, if you don't have that sorted, you are not helping the people who really need your help. And number 3, no matter how good a marketer you are, if you don't know how to close, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're wasting people's lives. Now, if you want the 5-step framework that I use to take people from being an amazing coach with no clients to being a great marketing coach, changing lives, then click down below. I'll send you the 12-step guide that's going to help you make that mental shift so that you can take the next step forward. Make sense? Awesome. So this works for almost every industry. It's a simple framework. 3 and 3, remember this. By the way, I have a gift for you. Who here likes free stuff? I mean, we're all in Thailand, that means we're all cheap, right? So here's what you do. I'm not gonna collect your leads. This is the module from one of my trainings. Grab that QR code. It has a mini course about the 3 and 3, a little bit more in depth on that. You're gonna have a worksheet so you can fill that out. There's like 7 or 8 pages. And there is a custom GPT, so you just have to answer questions and it's gonna help you build your own scripts out. And it's gonna do a better job because it's gonna get more exact about your niche and your audience. All right? If you got it, put your thumb up. Good to go? All right, so let's talk about how to shoot. Guys, get your phones ready. I already tricked you, I got your phones out already. So 5 keys. Number 1, Chiefs framework. You're gonna understand how to frame yourself on video every single time. You wanna ban ROMs. Who here has ever experienced ROMs? Who here knows what ROMs is? Rambling old man syndrome? Yeah, you all have, I get it. Okay, we're gonna stop doing that by using great frameworks. Number 3, 1 line, 1 angle. I'll explain how that works. Number 4 is the goldfish method. And number 5 is the 3 strikes rule. So let's do this in an interactive fashion. I'm gonna share something called the Chiefs framework. Get your phones out, please. Onegaishimasu. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my phone as well. Seriously, get your phones out. And, okay, can you guys see? This is all working, right? Okay, so Chiefs framework, CHIEFS. This is gonna help you frame your videos properly every time, so follow along. C stands for chin. Chin should be exactly in the center of the frame. It should be resting on the center. Why do we do this? It's because the captions need to be right below your chin. C is for chin. Got that? Now look at yourself in your own camera so you could practice actually doing this. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you the framework later so you can download it. You don't have to film this, okay? C is for? H is for hand and head. The breadth of your hand should be the distance between the top of your head and the top of the frame. Okay? Cool, right? Really simple. CH, I. I is for eye level. The camera, which is at the top of your of your phone, should be at your eye level. I see most people here are in what I call the nose hair zone, which is down here. What you're seeing is nose hairs. I don't want to see your nose hairs. I want to see big, beautiful eyes. Bring your camera up to your eye level. Okay? CHI. E. Who here likes being on Zoom all the time? Probably not. I know, Laura, at least you don't. E is for elbow. You want to be far enough away from the camera that your elbows are in the frame. Now, it's hard if you have short arms like me. Best thing is to put it on a tripod and step back far enough. The reason is that we talk with our arms. We have to be Italian when we present because otherwise it's a Zoom meeting. Who's seen these kind of videos? Like, they really suck, right? This is much better. So if you can't get your elbows in, like literally get your arm out as far as you can when you present, okay? CHIEF. Face should be equidistant left and right. Here's why. Because when your face goes to the edge, it gives a lot less room for the editors to put in titling. Also, your face starts getting distorted anywhere that's not the middle. So the middle is the very best place. Are you guys following so far? Yes. Last one is S. Go like this, shaka hands. We can do this. This is scientifically proven to be the ideal distance between where your thumb is to your pinky. That's how far the mic should be from your mouth. Any further than that, the sound starts degrading. Now, if you don't have a microphone, option 2 is S is for shout. Speak at a volume that picks up good audio. If you're all timid like this, and you're scared that your teenager is gonna think you're being such a dork, your videos are gonna suck, and no one's gonna watch them. Okay, so let's review this. C is for? In the? H is for? Guys, come on, just like kids, we can do this. If you do these physical motions, you will remember better. Come on. Nobody's too cool for this. H is for? Hand on head. I is for? E is for? Get your elbows in the frame. F is for? Equidistant, left and right. S is for? That's the distance from the mic to your mouth, or if you don't have one, then shout. All right, guys, thank you so much. Is this memorable? Is this interesting? And I want this to be super practical because I literally want you, before you leave here, while you're here in Thailand, to actually make some cool shit, like make some videos. Okay, so let me just, I'm gonna get you all this stuff in a second. Okay, next one, one line, one angle. You're gonna make your script on video, and here's the thing. Talking head videos suck. They suck donkey balls. They're boring. Nobody wants to watch them. Nobody wants to share them. And if your face is stuck on a talking head video, like, you suck. What you want to do is shoot one line with one angle, move. Shoot the next one. So the first one can be walking. Hey, stop doing X, Y, Z. After that, I'm going to sit down and say, by the way, you should do this instead. Next one, I might, do something interesting. Here's what you should really do instead. Like, I'm exaggerating here, but one line, one angle, shoot your video through like that. And I'm going to show you an example. So this is a video. Right now, the sound kind of sucks. Let me see if I can get the mic right up close to this. I'll show you an example of what this looks like. Talking head videos are dead. No matter how many fancy filters you use, you're gonna lose. Here's the 3 biggest mistakes creators are making today. Number 1 is sitting down, locked in place, talking to the lens like a stupid Zoom meeting. Number 2 is reading off a teleprompter like a politician. And number 3 is this, memorizing the whole script like you're in a damn school play. Here's the new way. One line, one angle, move, switch, keep the eyes interested. Every single cut should feel like a visual hook. Your audience does not want a lecture. They want to feel like they're in the room with you. And if you want to see exactly how I shot this video on this phone, just comment BTS down below and I'll send you the raw, uncut, behind-the-scenes version with all the bloopers so that you can copy it and do it for yourself. Is this making sense, guys? It's a simple script, but if I were to sit down and just say that without actually doing the cuts, it would get way less engagement and half of you would have already left the room by the time the video was done, am I right? You have to be interesting, and the easiest way to be interesting is to do one line, one angle. One line, one angle. One line, one angle. Super simple. Who wants to get that thing that I said? Comment below and get it. Scan that. No, there's no emails required or anything. By the way, when you get this, just save the URL because it's just an unlisted URL. There's no email notification or anything. Just save it. Then you can watch it as many times as you want. You're gonna see, like I actually had another videographer for, my wife, just holding a camera and showing me shooting this video, no cuts. So it took like 20 minutes all together. And you're gonna see my messy house as well. So it's also gonna have the sample files. So I shot it on my phone and I uploaded it so your editor, if you have one, can download that. And I screen recorded myself editing that whole thing in about 8 minutes. So if you need to train your VA to become an editor, just send them this thing and say, watch how this gets edited in 8 minutes. And they'll probably do it in half an hour. If it takes more than an hour, say, find somebody else. Like editing a video is like a half-hour job, guys. It should not be longer. If it's longer, come talk to me and I'll straighten your people out. Okay, and there's a gear guide. The exact cameras and the settings and everything I use. So here's number 4, goldfish method. Goldfish method literally means the way I shoot these videos is I break everything down to lines that are 3 to 6 words long. I look at my laptop, read the line, look at my phone, say the line. And then next, I look at my laptop, read the line, look at my phone, say the line. Who here thought that they had to memorize a bunch of crap? You don't. You read the line, you say the line. 3 to 5 words at a time. That video looked like I actually knew what I was saying, right? I don't. I just scripted it in advance, and I do 30 videos at a time like that. Read the line, say the line. Who here got an aha moment from that? Like, oh my God, it's so easy. And I'm gonna show you something even cooler. Well, I'll get back to it in a second. Next one is 3 strikes rule. When you shoot the videos, there's 3 levels of energy. Number 1, you want to be over the top and say, stop doing the thing that you should stop doing. And then come at it from a neutral tone. Stop doing the thing that you need to stop doing. And then somewhere in between, stop doing the thing that you should stop doing. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 versions of that line so that the editor, or you shouldn't be editing your own videos. Please forget I ever said that. Don't edit your videos. Find an editor. Because you need to be in front of the camera, which is the only thing that only you can do. They're going to pick the tone that's going to work best so that they can stitch them together and get those high notes and the level notes. Because what you don't want is everything to sound the same in monotone all the way throughout the video, because that is an extremely boring experience. And right now I'm probably putting you to sleep with a monotone presentation. That is not what you want. You want ups and downs, hills and valleys with your energy and tonality. Is this making sense? Yes. Fantastic. Okay.
Do you do that with every line of this?
Every line.
Or 3 takes on every line?
I would recommend that in the beginning. I think like right now when I do it, I don't do it like that because I've done it enough times so I know if I hit the level of energy that I want. And I don't need to do that. But in the beginning, you should experience that so you understand the range of inflection that you're capable of. Because I swear, everybody's gonna start with, hey guys, what you really need to stop doing, like that's not going to get attention. Okay, be willing to go over the top, but then I gave the level-headed version so that you can tell your editor, hey, use that one. But at least you're aware of what you're capable of doing, right? Like stretching beyond what you've done there. Now I wanna show you a little trick. This is really cool. Get out your phones. You might be mind blown, you might not. But this is something that I discovered way later than I'm proud to say. Okay. Get your phone app open, just like I am. Now you see that red button, what do you think that does?
Record.
Starts recording, right? Now watch what's gonna happen on the bottom left corner of the app once I hit record. What appeared there? A pause button. Did you know there's a pause button there?
Yes.
Some people know. Who did not know? What that means is that you can start recording and then pause until you're ready for your next line, and then hit record and continue, and you're gonna have one neat file with all the takes together and not have to do a bunch of file management. Guys, who feels like this whole talk was worth it just for that one little hack? Okay, that's actually, I don't know, maybe I'm late to the game, but when I discovered that, I'm like, why did I not know that years ago?
I think iPhone just came out with that a couple of years ago. I mean,
That might be why. Thank you for making me feel better about my, my insecurities. How to monetize. Who wants to know how to make money? How to pull all this together? How to get $10 back for every dollar you put in? 5 keys. Number 1, you need a really good skinny magnet. What's a skinny magnet? A complete to a narrow. Again, please. A complete to a narrow. And when I say complete, I mean complete. Don't skimp. Like, give your best stuff away for free if you want people to actually trust you with real money. Outlier method. We have to track once a month what are the highest performers, lowest performers, so we know where to put our money to get that juicy 10x ROAS. 3, track and boost. $5 a day is what we start with. And we want to use AI to activate leads. I'll explain how that works. And then whatever your sales process looks like, you want to hand off to that. Who here does sales calls? Okay, who here does direct purchase, like click and buy? Okay, a few people. Who here does product demos? Who here does webinars? Okay, there's something here for everybody. Is there something that's not covered? Who here does something that's not here? On the right side column. Nobody. Okay, gosh, lucky me. Everybody here is covered. So let's talk about how this works. Now I'm telling you, this is not complicated, but let me ask, who here has done like considerable ads spending in the past, like managed ads? Okay, what's the biggest variable on if an ad is gonna convert and if it's not? Just shout it out. The creative, okay. Anything else? The targeting, okay, that's also important. I would agree with the first gentleman there in the green. What's your name, sir? Oh, sorry. What's your name? Omer. Omer. Thanks, Omer. I would agree with this because I've done a lot of campaigns and the creative is gonna make the biggest difference. And that's why we test organic first. If it's entertaining, if it gives people an aha moment, if it gets people to want to share it, that is the one you're gonna pull out and turn into an ad, just like that. You're gonna boost it right on social media, right on the newsfeed. Why? Because we want social proof. If you see 2 videos next to each other, one of them has 2 views, the other has 20,000 views, automatically which one do you go to? The one with 20,000. Because as much as we all like to think we're unicorns and we go against the grain, We don't. We have herd mentality. We watch the one with that 20,000 other people have watched, not the one that too, right? Am I right? That's called social proof. So we want to boost them right on the timeline. And so we're posting 30 videos a month. 15 if you're timid. 30 is like standard. Then we measure stuff that is between 2 weeks and 6 weeks old to get rid of the recency bias. And we measure with a simple formula to find out which ones are the best performers. Then, oops, I'm sorry about that. Then we start putting $5 a day behind them. We start with $5 a day until we can see that it is going to get us close to or beyond the 10x ROAS. Now, what do we do then? We could put more money behind it. But the way we convert people from here is with the skinny lead magnet. This is what's going to get people to actually type the keyword so you get that engagement. The other way, which ManyChat has just activated about a week ago, is that you can automatically message every single new Instagram follower with a simple question. Like, you run the ad, someone follows you, as soon as they follow, ManyChat's going to send an automated message. Hey, thanks for the follow. Are you here to grow your business or to solve X problem? Or are you here for the vibes? By the way, that's the actual script that you want to write. It really actually works. You're going to get the highest response rate. People say, here for the vibes, automatically respond. Hey, thanks for following. Let me know if you have any questions. If people are like, I want help, great. Now you have some qualifying questions, which are scripted. So what we're doing here is we're delivering the skinny lead magnet and we're greeting new follows. And we're using AI to set up the conversation so that people will start connecting with you. And then, so we switch from AI to human. So in the morning, your VA or yourself is going to wake up, or once a day, whatever, and they're going to look at all the messages that I've responded to. And as a human, you actually start a real conversation. Hey, how's your business? You look at their social media. You look at, are they my ideal future customer? And then that qualification is going to link straight to your conversion method. Now, I'm not going to go too far into the conversion method here because this is where we start going really wide. There's so many options. There are probably as many different conversion methods as there are people in the room. But this is the idea. Once you get the basics of this down, then how do we get to 10x ROAS? It's by focusing and doubling down here. If you're not there, I will tell you with a lot of confidence, it's not the funnel, the dead simple funnel, that's the problem. It's your creative. Why do I know this? Because I've done this enough times that I know that the system works. Your creative just sucks. I'm really sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up because we are just about done here. And I will stay here for some questions. If you have any, I will try to answer the best I can. But first of all, before I let you go, I would like to ask a couple people to share. Well, first of all, just a show of hands. We spent like 45 minutes together. Was this worth 45 minutes of your day? Just put your hand up if it was. Thank you. Like my self-esteem is a little bit weak and I needed that confidence. And I'd just like to ask a couple people to raise their hands. Like, what's one thing that stood out to you that made this worth your 45 minutes of your day? Yes?
One cut, one angle.
One cut, one angle. That is so much fun. And it's really easy. Especially with a face like yours, you're going to do really well. Yes? Volume, yes. Volume is how you find the gold. Unless you try 20 different strategies. Videos, I'm like, and? Work. I'm like, well, how many different formats? How many different styles? Like, how long did you do it for? I think that you have to be a little bit brave and be willing to do it until, knowing that there is a formula that's going to be unlocked for you. Thank you. Yes?
Just a quick question.
Can I get the questions in just a second? And you will be the very first one. I just want to get like 2 more shares. Yes?
Start with stop.
Start with stop. Amazing. Thank you. One more? Yes?
Read your line and then repeat it.
Goldfish method.
Yeah, goldfish.
You don't need to be smarter than a goldfish. Read, talk, read, talk. Super easy. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I appreciate you coming for my talk. Go ahead. Any questions? Open forum. Yes, the gentleman who started. Hold on. Yes, you started already. Yeah. What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. Hey, Matt.
If you're doing 30 videos a month, are they all doing the stop?
No.
Okay.
So there are 14 different formats. What I did is I picked one viral format which I felt is going to be the easiest and the most generic for the most people in this room. I'll give you 2 as a gift. Guys, write this down. Number 1 is called Rate This. So what you're going to do is you're going to get somebody to creep up on you with a phone. But by the way, who do you serve? What do you do?
Recruiter.
Recruiter. Okay. So I'm going to say something like cold DM outreach. This is off camera. You're going to reply 5. It's not as good as it used to be, but if you hammer out at least 50 outreaches a day, it's going to work. You're rating it 5 out of 10, right? But you don't say 5 out of 10, you just say 5 because people know this format. The title on the screen is going to be Professional Recruiter Rates Advice 1 through 10. So you're going to do 5 questions. You just go to Google or ChatGPT, what are the most commonly asked questions about recruiting? The person's going to make a statement, you're going to give a number, and then a qualifying sentence behind that. Now, this works because what's happening is you're being positioned as the authority because you are rating common advice and questions as somebody who obviously knows the answer. Okay, that's another one. Do you want one more? Like, do you guys want to absorb more, or should I go to the next question? Do you guys want another format?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get. So in your situation, do you coach people? Do you talk with clients? Like, how do you interact with clients?
Not coaching, but what do you mean? What do you mean by how do I interact?
Do you have coaching calls, client calls, or anything like that?
Client calls.
You have client calls, okay. And what's a frustration that you face often with your clients that you have to talk them through on the phone?
Why is this taking so long?
Okay, why is this taking so long? So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna script out a rant about people who complain that it takes so long, and you're gonna be at your laptop, you're gonna sit down like this, and you're gonna stare right at your screen as if you're on a Zoom call, and you're gonna read your lines and say, you know what, you keep saying it's gonna take so long, but the problem is you're not doing A, B, C, and D, and I really need you to understand that look at this. Now the phone is here shooting another angle. What's happening is you are telling your audience that you have clients, and you are also ranting and handling objections, and also telling them that if they give you shit once they become a client, that's what you're gonna be on the other end of that call, okay? That's number 2. It's called Ghost Zoom because it looks like you're on a Zoom call, but really you're just reading your lines. But it doesn't work if you don't rant. If you look like you're reading a teleprompter, people are just like, what a jackass. Okay, is that helpful?
That's cool.
Okay, there are a lot more, but we just go on for days if I did all of them. Who's got another question?
We don't mind.
Yes, with the white hat.
How many videos do you recommend batch recording? How many videos do you recommend recording in a day?
Okay, so that's a good question. It depends on your energy. Energy is so important. Also, daylight is a good thing. Indoor in studios, like in this environment, I don't recommend that. Get real daylight. So if you can do it all in a day, then I recommend that. But most people are going to want to do 2 half days, and those should be mornings because you have you're less, your skin is not melting off your face yet, right? And you get sunlight. So I recommend doing 15 and 15, 2 mornings. It also means that you're gonna have a change of clothes. You might want to change, or 2 different locations, and that's more fun too. I would generally split it up with 3 different outfit changes, like just your shirt, change it, that's it. Yep.
Right. So 15 videos a day, and then like every little sentence, another angle. Feels like the different angles become the bottleneck. Like, how many videos do you have on the balance board?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you watched the Friends TV show?
Yeah.
How many different angles were there? There were thousands of angles, but all in the same fucking, 4 rooms maybe.
Right.
Does it matter?
Well,
Did you ever say, I'm gonna quit watching Friends because they're sitting on that same stupid red couch again?
Well, I guess it depends on how quirky you go with the angle. So if you like the balance board, that's like a quirky, that's like a little hook. But if you do it like every time, it's like, oh yeah, it's a gimmick. Or am I wrong?
Wrong.
All right.
Because you're running ads and you're getting new followers every day who have not seen that yet. Because you see, you're thinking in a purely organic mindset. What you gotta realize is we're boosting, and Meta will show it to a new audience every time. The other thing you could do is trial reels, right? It shows it to people who have never heard of you before. That's the whole concept. Make sense?
Yep.
If something works, then keep doing it.
Yeah, I was thinking organic more, but this is more for the...
It's both. You test organic, then you boost. Yes?
How about doing this for consumer products?
So e-com is a little bit different. I'll tell you I crafted this short training mostly to do with people who have MRR businesses. If it's e-commerce, here's the key thing. Entertainment, 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 and comedy is the most popular form of entertainment on social media. You gotta get people to laugh about your product or laugh with you about the product. So whether it's gonna be skits, whether you're going to, here's what I recommend. Go to Liquid Death, go to their social media, and go to Duolingo, their social media, look at what they do. They're probably the gold standard of using comedy to sell product. Does that help? I won't go so deep into it because it's a very big cavernous cave that I don't want to enter right now. But we can have a conversation later. I could give you some personalized advice on that. Anybody else? Yes. What's your name? Philip.
Is this format working well on LinkedIn as well?
Okay, I'll explain the difference with LinkedIn. You can shoot the same format. The hook is going to want to be different. LinkedIn is a business environment. So 90% of everything is going to be the same. The way you edit it is different. You're not going to have big, flashy, bold captions. They're going to be small, subdued, like normal captions. The music is not going to be like funky, lively music. Probably no music is better. But with LinkedIn, the opening thumbnail being a big text block really works well. So whatever the title is, make it into something more like a newspaper title, not a tabloid title. And the first frame should be an image. And the call to action, obviously, don't say comment X down below. Well, you can if you want to manually follow up on that. But generally, you have no call to action. It's just going to be just giving the info and cut out the call to action for LinkedIn. Cool. Yes, what's your name?
Tina.
Hi, Tina.
For a service-based business or like a course business, have you seen a big difference between the people receiving the content on TikTok, YouTube,
Absolutely.
Instagram? And do you tailor them all?
Absolutely. So something that goes viral on TikTok is not necessarily going to work on Instagram. So the biggest difference with TikTok is music. Like trending audio still really works well with TikTok. Instagram, not so much. Doesn't make so much difference. Hashtags, like that's old news. You could put it there if you want or not. I have not seen a big difference. With TikTok, like if we look at the entertainment, level, LinkedIn, if that's like a level 3, then Instagram would probably be a level 6, and then TikTok is a level 30, right? So like the music is louder, the titles are bolder, but you don't want to do call to action on TikTok because it's just a scrolling environment and they don't really have a good viewer to CRM workflow. So I think that you're going to use it for PR more than for conversions. Make sense? And you can draw people to whatever other channel is your conversion channel. And that's what I would call the authority channel. The one where you're building authority and you have a system in place that's going to take people from discovering you to binging you to buying you. And that's what we want. Make sense? Yes?
So that could be like a YouTube long form thing.
YouTube long form is perfect for education. When I said stop doing value posts, I meant for short form. Do value posts on YouTube.
Any thoughts on long form?
Absolutely, but that would be a completely different masterclass than we're doing today. I'd say the key things to remember are talk to that gentleman there with the white hat. He mastered that apparently. But you can talk to me too if you like, but there are a lot of people who are really good at YouTube. Yes?
How would this work if you have a weekly podcast and you want to use the shorts, the gems from each episode?
Miguel, I have bad news for you. Clipping podcast shorts is not what it used to be. It used to work well, but right now, unless you're bald and your name is Joe Rogan, it's really hard to get exposure from clips from social media unless you're willing to go into religion, politics, or gender identity issues, or Palestine. I'm serious. Talk about that, or relationship. Then you'll get noticed. But if you want to talk about business and the kind of stuff that's going to draw your audience, typically, clipping podcasts is very, very difficult to get noticed these days. And that's what we used to do. That was our main bread and butter. And then we just completely shut down that area because it's not performing like it used to. I'll tell you the reason I think it's not working is because Opus.pro, you guys know that created so much AI slop